Happy birthday, Cancer. So I got really lazy with my hair today. This is what you guys are going to get. We're going to go really intuitive. We're not talking planets or anything like that. There are some big shifts that are happening. So if you're feeling kind of sleepy these days, energetic one day and then sleepy the next day, that's why. It's just the energy of the earth, the vibrations are raising rapidly right now. And I feel like you guys, I mean, it is very, very heavy. I mean, it's not heavy in a bad way. It's just a lot. Like I have so much energy. It's literally buzzing through my body. And I wanted to get your reading specifically to you because I feel like this is a big time for you guys. Things have been a little rough this year so far, and first card out is the Death card. So a lot of transitions. Could be a Scorpio. If there's a Scorpio in your life, they're showing up prominently. But I also feel like the shifts that you guys are having are like you're not really sure about it, but it's still, there's a lot of water energy. A lot of water energy. So we have the Hanged Man and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Finding stability. You're finding your footing. You're looking for your footing. You're finding your footing. Now, let's remember that the aces, when we get aces, they're gifts. But it's also free will. Like, we don't have to accept this. If you're not ready to accept that gift, your soul won't let you. What do I mean by that? We also have the Hierophant and the Eight of Pentacles. A lot of rebuilding. And that's what these energy shifts are going to do for you guys. You could have a Taurus or a Pisces also. Water energy and earth energy is very strong. The Eight of Pentacles is building up. So what do I mean when I say your soul wouldn't be ready? If you still have lessons to learn and you have not quite gotten there, it could be, and the reason why I'm saying your soul might not be ready is this Hanged Man is still kind of confused about what kind of stability he wants to have in his life. And the universe is saying, offering you this Ace of Pentacles and saying, you know what? I have stability here for you. Is it exactly what you want? Maybe not. Does it look exactly the way you thought it would? Maybe not. But it's here. And it's growing. So in the first half of July, if you're still trying to find your footing, but you have opportunities coming up, I'm urging you to take a very close look at them. The Eight of Pentacles is the Sun in Virgo. Virgos are very, very analytical, methodical, step-by-step individuals, right? I say we because I am one. We write lists. We like lists. And I kind of feel like tapping into that energy will help things go a little bit smoother. So, Six of Swords. If you're a little bit confused about a Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Taurus, and you're trying to figure out what to do in your life, this doesn't even have to be in a relationship. This could be in family, friends, what have you. I feel like you're moving into a much calmer existence with this person or people, if you will. And if it is in your work life, it's almost like you're taking the high road. But there's still confusion here. Seven of Cups. And maybe a little disappointment. And it could be because it doesn't look exactly the way you want it to. It's like you have the feeling that, yes, I know that I need to be a little bit more stable. I know that things need to come to me in a way that will help my soul's growth. But if you can't see it clearly, you're always going to wonder, right? So the cards are really saying it's time to balance out your mental state. Don't look at those 7 cups like it's an illusion. It's like time to be realistic, time for reality to set in. And Neptune did go retrograde. With Neptune retrograde, we do look at things a little bit more realistically. So if there's like a home situation that you're trying to figure out still, because there's been a little disappointment surrounding it, 5 of Cups, there's the Virgo card, the Hermit, the Devil, 9 of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. So there's the relationship. You're wanting to get away from the fantasy, the illusion of what you think you need versus what you do need. And if it's revolving around money, because there have been disappointments in the past, I feel like it's time to take the stance of really analyzing what your next step is. Because the opportunity to profit or find stability in your life is there. This Hierophant could also speak of the institution of marriage. It also talks about higher learning. So if you're trying to get to school, or you're trying to figure out like how to, I don't know, open yourself up to a more stable life, or ground yourself a little bit more. If there are disappointments from the past, possibly either with a Virgo or a Capricorn, that's kind of put you up in your head. 9 of Swords. I feel like these are the kinds of things that are falling away. It's like you're leaving the disappointments behind. You are forcing your own stability. You are making your own ground. From the bottom up. 8 of Pentacles, from the bottom up. Step by step. We also have the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So either there's a conversation you need to have, or it's time to start cutting people out of your life that are no longer serving you. I want to clarify, there's a lot of major arcanas here. And I'd really like to see, because we have earth and we have water. So what is the transition? The Death card. What is the transition? Yeah, going a new direction. Page of Pentacles. Going a new direction. And it's almost like I'm not getting what, I'm not feeling like where I am now is good. So I almost feel like you're offering yourself this new direction. I don't feel like anybody else is offering it to you. Or you have a Scorpio in your life that isn't offering you enough. And that's where the confusion comes in. Hanged Man. Needing to look at things in a different way. Possibly opening yourself up to other opportunities because you looked at things in a different way. But still confused. I mean, the Hanged Man puts himself there on purpose to become enlightened. And this confusion, 10 of Swords, it's almost like the fear that if you do look at things differently and you do go in a new direction, that it's going to be totally devastating. And I don't want you to be afraid of that. 10 of Swords. Swords are thoughts. And we, as human beings, often fear the worst. We always go to the worst possible outcome. That's like the first place we go. And it's because we, if we feel like we're going to disappoint ourselves, disappoint somebody else, or we just don't feel like we can do it, we're going to go to the worst possible outcome. And I know that you're not going to go to the worst possible outcome because you've already taken the steps to build your life and to find stability. Even if things were disappointing in the past, even if you are regretful of hurting someone or you're disappointed that somebody hurt you, moving away from that illusion that things are going to be bad, that things are going to be at the 10 of Swords, so you can see, because this person in the 9 of Swords here can't see the gift coming. If they don't raise their head, that 9 of Swords, they can't see the gift coming. And you guys have, again, so much energy backing you right now. So much energy backing you right now. So the Hierophant. And the Emperor. Be in charge of, both of these cards are really all about like controlling your environment or controlling your spiritual life, your ascension. Because the Emperor is I am. The Emperor is Aries. And we do have Chiron in Aries and Uranus in Taurus right now. And it's a really big time that not only big changes are happening in the stability in your stable life or in your environment, but there's also a lot of wounds that are being healed during this time. So really look at all of the lessons that life is teaching you as you move through this. On a soul level. And don't think that things are going to be totally devastating. Because that's a low vibration to keep. When you're in the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Swords, that's a low vibration that if you keep on thinking that things aren't going to work out, then that's what you're going to manifest. And you don't want to manifest that. Just because you've had disappointments in the past doesn't mean it's going to be disappointing in the future. And the future actually looks really, really bright and very stable. You're just afraid to look up and see it because you fear what you might not get or what you might not have. Right? There you are. Okay. So if a Virgo has disappointed you in the past, we'll go this route first. If a Virgo has disappointed you in the past, they're you're either moving away from them. You have the Chariot, which is the Cancer card, and the 6 of Wands. You're either moving away from this Virgo onto victory, or you are pulling yourself in a very soul level, as the Hermit would, only being guided by a very small light. And you are taking off in a new direction of victory. You're rising above. You're accepting the challenge. You're looking the universe straight in the face and saying, bring it on. I got this. I can do it. This is the high vibration. This is the high vibration that I was feeling. This is the buzz that I was feeling before I started your reading. So don't fear the unknown. The 10 of Swords and the Hanged Man, don't fear the unknown. Because it's all unknown. We all have free will. We can all go in a different direction. But if the universe is saying to you, hey, look, Look what I have for you. And you have your head down because you're afraid to look up, you're going to miss it. So change directions. See how I pulled it all the way back there? Some people are like, what are you even doing? This doesn't make any sense. It does make sense in a way. If you're following me, I went all the way back to the beginning, which is where we need to look. Changing directions, transforming your view, looking at your stability and your lifestyle and your soul's growth in a completely different way, and building it yourself, and not being afraid of what you can't see yet, and being in control of your own soul's growth and your own environmental growth. Moving away from the confusion and moving away from the chaos of it, and not pretending that everything's just going to be okay, but actually forcing yourself forward and accepting what the universe has to offer you at a soul level. It's really interesting because when people comment on my readings where they're like, I don't even understand where you're going, just read what the cards are saying. Like, I don't read cards in the same way that other readers read cards. I read them by the way that Spirit guides me. And I knew before I even started your reading that Cancers are ascending in a very soulful way. And the level of ascension that you guys are, and this is sun, moon, and rising. The level, and actually, you know, I mean, I can even look at this, you know, I'm not projecting anything onto me, but we've talked about how I have a lot, I mean, like the water in my chart is all Cancer. Like all the water I have in my chart is Cancer. So I connect with you guys in a very big way. And my midheaven, which is how I relate to the world and how I look at my work, comes out in a very Cancer-oriented way. So the soul ascension of Cancer right now is a really big deal, and you guys are really finding your footing within all of that. So if there's a relationship that's kind of been a little back and forth for you, that you're a little disappointed in, or you regret things, or you regret things that they did, just remember that regrets are all lessons that we are learning. Let's find out. And again, we have, this could be a relationship with the Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, Aries, Virgo. We have Cancer, we have Capricorn. I don't feel like you guys are so much focused on relationships right now because you've been so hurt in the past that you know you have to look in a different direction, that it's not going to be the same, that things are going to be very different for you. In July, Page of Swords. Yeah, you're not going to let this happen anymore. This is the kind of stuff that you're cutting out of your life. Because you know of the opportunities and you feel the growth, and the path that you're moving forward is so different. It's like you're trying to fall away from whatever hurt and pain you've had to deal with in the past. Yeah. I like it, Cancer. I like it. If you were wanting to have a relationship during your birthday season, I want to really tell you that it's time to break away from the old patterns. You know, break away from the old patterns, because there's so much excitement and victory and rising above and opening yourself up to so many new possibilities that the universe has in front of you, that focusing on past hurts, and I'm not saying that this is going to go away easily. The Three of Swords, that doesn't go away easily. It just doesn't. And I get it. But if you cut away the old hurts and you cut away everything that was really painful to you and all of the disappointments that you've had, I feel like towards Leo season, you might have something new. Or there could be a Leo or a Gemini in your life that you're disappointed in. But I feel like that with the Page of Swords, cutting out all of the old regrets, old patterns, old disappointments is really going to catapult you forward into kind of a new way of being. A new light, if you will. And kind of, you know, you may, if you cut away the old patterns of the relationships that you used to have, there could be a catalyst for you coming up. But remember that catalysts teach you a lot of lessons as well. So if there is somebody who is coming to awaken your soul a little bit more, because we're always ascending, we're always evolving. If there is somebody who's coming up to awaken this part of you, just remember to be in a very high vibration when this person shows up, so that you can learn the best lessons that are possible for you to learn. Okay? Kind of a deep reading, Cancer, for your birthday. Kind of a deep reading, but like the full body buzz that you guys were giving me before I even started this reading, I knew it was going to be super deep. I just also really feel, you know, I said that Cancer season's going to be lit, and we're starting it off today. So have a beautiful and wonderful birthday. I will see you guys for the second half of July. Remember to check out my website or the box below for the events in New York and Boston in July, and Austin, Texas, and Atlanta, Georgia in August. I hope to see everybody there. I will be doing in-person readings. You can also, I'm doing a limited number of video recorded readings through July and August, just because I'll be traveling so much. I don't want to inconvenience anybody, and I don't want to overextend my energy as well. I did release a limited number of twin flame readings, soulmate readings for the second half of July. Those are on my website, fearlessintuition.net, if you want to get a reading, or you can do FaceTime readings. Those are also available, and there are different, I have 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and an hour, those options, and you can do phone call, FaceTime, Skype, Google Hangout, whatever. I hope you guys have a beautiful and wonderful birthday, and I love you all. Bye.